The Northern Elders Forum and the National Assembly are at loggerheads over plans by the lawmakers to amend the 1999 Constitution.
The sum of 1 billion naira has been voted for the Constitution amendment exercise by the National Assembly. The Northern Elders Forum say the planned exercise is a waste of resources and energy without benefits for Nigerians.
The forum says no discerning Nigerian should encourage further waste of public funds, which should be channeled into battling insecurity, poverty and poor governance. But lawmakers faulted the forum's position, insisting that constitutional amendment is a continuous process.
It noted that issues raised by the forum are part of what the current constitution review exercise seeks to address.
Joining us now is lawyer and public affairs analyst Fred Nzeakor. Fred, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to be here.
Great.
Good to see you.
Now, the constitutional review, if you beam your searchlight back the last few decades, you know that a lot has been, invested into the process of trying to find a new country, a rebirth, a Nigeria that everybody wants, from constitutional review processes to national conferences and all of that. And that is where the Northern Elders Forum is coming from. That a lot has been wasted if you look back and all of that. What do you make of all of this disagreement between what the National Assembly is doing, which the people actually want when it comes to constitutional review, and the failures in the past?
The fact remains that there is need to review Nigerian constitution. As a matter of fact, there is need to review is an understatement, to completely rework the Nigerian constitution. That is given. The second fact given is that a lot of money has been spent in this process, but unfortunately, the National Assembly has been adopting a piecemeal approach, which has not gone down well with the yearnings of majority of Nigerians towards a robust and holistic review of the constitution, towards political economic productivity, towards good governance, towards equity, fairness and justice for all, towards security for the people, and towards the repositioning Nigeria in the Community of Nations. Now, it is a known fact also that virtually every assembly, since 1999, at least from the Fifth Assembly, will at one time or the other go ahead with constitutional review. But at the end of the day, what results come out of that? That is why Northern Elders Forum made that statement. I don't think they are averse to constitutional review, but they are frustrated, so to speak, that all the efforts in the past have yielded little or nothing, because we have not seen a progressive country away from the past. It is obvious that Nigeria decays by the decade, and everything that should be done to ensure that Nigeria is firmly united, firmly progressive, firmly well-governed, everything to that effect will be most welcome. But then, the question is, the National Assembly did not advertise the sections of the Constitution that they want to review. They may have known it to themselves, but they have not told Nigerians that we want to touch this and this and this. We know there are contentious aspects, especially with respect to true fiscal federalism and devolution of powers. And they've been dancing around it in piecemeal.
But it was said that the Deputy Senate President, Senator Omar Gige, had advertised and called for memoranda.
He only called for memoranda. He did not ask Nigerians the aspects of the Constitution that they want to amend. Because if he did so, you would have seen people jumping up to do something. Assuming they said they want to work on state policing, for example, in terms of security. Assuming they say they want to look at the true fiscal federalism, which is the restructuring that we are asking about. Assuming they say they want to touch those elements that are in exclusive list. For example, waterways, transportation, railway transportation, aviation, and the rest of them. If they had advertised to Nigerians that they want to tinker with all those sections of the Constitution, I tell you, they will receive all the support, more than they even expected.
You mentioned something, talked about a robust and holistic approach to the amendment of the Constitution, which a lot of Nigerians are also talking about, and they always refer to the 2014 confab, that report. Why are we not looking into it? What really is the challenge from what you see?
Everybody is asking that same question. humongous amount of money and a lot of time and human resources were put into that 2014 confab. And they came up with very wonderful resolutions, communique and recommendations. The question is, immediately after the conference of 2014, there was an election in 2015, and the government that came to power swept everything about 2014 conference under the table. Nigerians are asking, for whatever it is worth, that is a very robust resource base for you to look at any aspect of the constitution that you want to amend or tinker with. As a matter of fact, you don't begin to stress Nigerians again, asking them to bring memoranda in so and so number of pages, so and so volumes. Meanwhile, nobody pays for all that. And meanwhile, they are paid, the National Assembly, with humongous amount of money. What are they doing? Why can't you go back to all those issues, all those recommendations, all those memoranda that we have brought in the past, and sieve out what you feel is necessary and good for Nigeria? The 2014 confab, the government says they promised Nigerians that they will go towards the structuring, and what we are seeing today is not what they promised. So it is important that this Senate, that is now a National Assembly, that is peopled in majority by the ruling party, and they seem to be having it very easy in their relationship with the executive and getting all the support of Nigerians. In most cases, Nigerians expect that they will go beyond mere rhetorics. Nigerians expect that they should walk their talk and then bring this important issue down and treat it with the necessary attention that it deserves.
And now, like the Senate is saying that if this review, the review is an ongoing process, and that if they don't do this, that nothing will be done. And recall that according to them, that the processes which is ongoing had made some impact, talking about we had the not too young to run and some other things, talking about judicial reforms and independence. And so for them, it is a process, and not just saying that it is a jamboree. I wonder what you make of their statement.
Well, I agree that it is a process. I also agree that no constitution is free from amendment because of the dynamics of changes in life. I also agree that one cannot call it a jamboree, having noted that our constitution has not come to anything that can be called perfect. Well, there's no perfect constitution, so to speak. There's no perfect thing in mankind. It's only in nature that you see perfection, but at least something that is very close to the yearnings and aspirations of the people. And 1999 Constitution, as we operate today, is very far from the yearnings and aspirations of the people towards the developmental paradigm that we expect. But you cannot call the effort as a jamboree, even though it is hurting and painful that every 4 years or thereabout, huge amount of money is voted for this exercise. I mean, starting from the Fifth Assembly. But the issue is this: what exactly do they intend to do? Much as I do not completely agree with Northern Elders Forum of the fact that they don't need to do the amendment is important. But I will add that in doing this amendment, what are you exactly intending to achieve? Do you intend to touch those fundamental issues that have been bedeviling good governance in Nigeria? Do you intend to touch those fundamental issues that will jumpstart a major development across the nation in terms of security, good governance, employment, economic productivity, and the normal relationship among the nationalities that make up Nigeria? These are thorny issues. These are issues that worry everybody, and not this cosmetic approach to constitution review, such that it will seem as we are doing something. Let us keep Nigerians engaged. That is deceit. You don't just keep Nigerians engaged. You don't just create an impression that you are working, when in effect you know that what you are doing is mere cosmetic. And that is the position of Northern Elders Forum. And that is, to that extent, I agree with them. The area I don't agree with them is the area where they say it is a mere jamboree. The fact that they have not done well in the past, I mean National Assembly, does not mean that this particular assembly should not do well.
Yeah, so what do you think should be different now? Because if you look at the 2006 National Conference, the 2014 National Conference,
yes,
and all of those, and then the other the constitutional review committees that were set up,
yes,
they were all set up in this way, you know, with a mandate, with the interest of the people, with the support and all of that. And then at the end of the day, nobody sees anything. So what should be different about this?
We expect them to be bold. What should be different is we expect them to be bold enough to touch those sensitive aspects of our fledgling Nigerian constitution. And what are those sensitive aspects? Reduce the power at the center. It's as simple as that.
And you think that they will do that?
They have the mandate to do that. They have the authority, they have the capacity, they have the legitimacy to do
backing.
that. They have the everything to do that. And that is what we're expecting them to do. Be bold enough to touch those issues that will make Nigeria a better place.
But we also know...
And what are those issues? There is so much power at the center. We've been talking about it. The 30 states are virtually begging for anything they need from the central government. And that is why from time to time, every month, this gather to share whatever we have in federation account, and then you go home, does not in any way help Nigeria. And that is not what we call federation. We borrowed the American system of government and we left the juice of that system. And what is the juice? The juice is through fiscal federalism. If they cannot be bold enough to touch those aspects, then the Northern Elders Forum prediction that they are hitting to nothing will come to pass.
All right. We'll have to leave the conversation here now, and I believe that the people are listening and would hope that they will be bold enough to make such decisions in this constitution review. Thank you so much.
I believe so too.
Fred Nzeakor, for your time.
Many thanks.